I know that men are really hurting today, right? And so I do believe, like I said earlier, that I think the modern day manicured man, he knows that he's meant for more. He doesn't know how to achieve it, right? And guess what? He wants to be with an 8, 9, or 10, and when I say that, I don't just mean it physically, right? He wants to level up, but guess what? You gotta fucking level up to do that. To attract your complementary opposite. I talk to my kids about this all the time, like, listen, if you wanna be with a 10, you gotta be a 10.
I started working out about 8 or 9 years old. I had already been working out for, I don't know, 10 or 12 years. So now I'm 45, and I've gained less than 1 pound a year over 25 years. Less than 1 pound a year. So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box, and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit, and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you. Don't let that live with somebody else, because the highest and most dominant form that we have to express is in front of us, right? You hear people talk about peaking in the early 20s. I'm 45. If you look at Brian, this is Liver King at 45. You look at Brian Johnson at 20, Liver King's gonna fucking murder that guy.
Strength is absolutely like the fundamental virtue of man, right? No other value exists without strength. You gotta be alive to philosophize, you need strength. And so I would say, the way that we look bare-chested and the way that we talk, these are outward expressions of what we believe. A lot of times you see influencers that are going online that have great physiques, but I always say that cheating doesn't scale, right? They have great physiques, but they're not investing the time to develop themselves socially, emotionally, to deeply connect, which we gotta be able to do, to create impact. And they're not sharpening the mental sword. And you can tell by their language. This is why language is so important, because we assign meaning, to what we hear and to what we say. And so I think over time, if you create value, people will pay for your value over time.